when you kind of wake up, or you have the experience of waking up to a realization that none of this actually matters. None of everything that you've been told your entire life matters. Nihilism. You're just, down you go. If you want to reach, there's a great quote that says, if you want to reach heaven, the roots have to go down to hell. And sometimes we wake up and we realize that we're in hell. And that is the nihilism of nothing matters. And then from there, it's a very slippery slope to just, I'm going to follow all my desires because nothing matters. And that you just continue down. For an example of that, for me, the biggest desire that I followed after something of a waking up was lust and sexual desires and all of that, because it was like, well, nothing matters. I'll just make it with every girl that I meet. And we went down and down and down to the point where I was unsatisfied, unfulfilled. I could have whatever I wanted in some respect, like I could have sex and all that sort of thing. But I was unfulfilled because I was missing something. Like I understood to a degree that nothing mattered, but that had also taken away all of the joy of everything because nothing mattered anymore. So it was all just becoming drab, just like I was going through the motions. But I had this mindset that I was doing it from some sort of nothing matters, so I can do what I want. And it's terribly toxic, that mind state. As we progress with that and we follow our desires and we find the things that don't really, as one knows how to suffer, inevitably he suffers less. And so in the nihilism journey, eventually the coin flips in some respects, and it goes from nothing matters to everything matters. And as I've said, it's all about perception. And you can either be in a nihilist perception of nothing matters, or you can be in one of nothing matters, therefore everything matters, and I will treat everything with the most care and love that I can. And that is when you become truly free, is when you take that mindset of nothing matters, that experience that you go through of shit, nothing matters. We're all just one consciousness experiencing all these different individualities. Why bother? Flip it to, we're all one, so why should I not care for you? Because you are me in another form, in a different version. And so the whole game becomes like a game, but not a game that you just like, oh, I'm dead, I'll play again. Oh, I'm dead. It's like, fuck, I'm going to live my life. Like, I can do anything I want. And it is truly that. You can do anything that you want. Don't say, oh, I've got to do this for my job, or oh, I've got to do that. Turn it to, if you want to do something, this is what you have to do it. It's not, oh, I have to. You don't have to do anything. I started to look at my jobs, where I was working, and since I've been in Hawke's Bay, I've probably had 6 or 7 jobs in the 2 years that I've been here. And that's not because I don't want to work. Not at all. I love working. I love serving people and interacting and giving great customer service, because I see you as me and I just want to give you the best experience when you come into my store. And so when I find a job that I don't find pleasant, I'll just quit. And the amount of people I interact with in these jobs that have been there for years, they're too afraid, they talk about wanting to quit, and it's like, what is it that's stopping you? Because I don't know what's going on in their mind, but I've been in my own mind, in my own prison, and I know it's this. This is what's stopping them. Stop thinking so much, bro. Just let it go. We live in a culture, I'm going to quote something from I guess you could say a friend of mine, Ram Dass. We live in a culture based upon worship of the rational mind. We go around with this mindset that our mind is the superior, if you can logically rationalize something, you can talk yourself out of doing literally anything. Your mind becomes a terrible master, but it's a phenomenal slave. Freedom and responsibility. They sound contradictory, however they're not. Just like night and day, within 24 hours you have both darkness and light. For you need one and the other to make the whole thing work. When you talk to an old person at their deathbed, one of the things they find the most satisfying and rewarding in their life was the responsibilities they undertook, whether that be raising a child, owning a business, whatever it may be that was in their path for them. That was one of the things they found the most satisfying, was to accept responsibility and freely act upon it. You accept that to do this sort of thing, you have to take the responsibility with it. And that is where it comes to the point of your free choice to do that thing. That's where you find the freedom in responsibility. The two aren't separate.